Alright, so I spent some time yesterday laminating. Sorry for the sound of the heater, I know it's probably annoying. Got all the pieces laminated, almost all of them. It really looks good. I mean, wow. That is just gonna look sharp. Learned a little bit about laminating. When you're working with porous wood like this plywood, it sucks it up really quick. You're working with a rubber cement type of material. You have to put multiple coats on, because what's going to happen is this sucks it up so fast, it never gets to this really tacky, sticky state. What it happens is you go over here and it goes from wet to dry. You can't do it wet and you can't do it dry. So once that coat starts to dry a little bit, you do another coat. And both actually needed, even the Formica had that same situation. So this one just kept curling like it looks here. It shouldn't curl, it should just stick. We're gonna have to do that again today, but all the others laminated properly. Got the trim bit out. See how it rides on this bearing here, and then it just cuts the trim flush. And you can see there that there's trim on that. There's Formica on that as well, and that's just cut really flush. The next step, now that we've got this laminated, this is our panel obviously, is I'm going to drill indicator holes here. These indicator holes are literally just to tell me where the holes are that I need to do. Isn't going to cut through the top of those holes. A regular drill won't either. Look at how the regular drill chews it up. Now that's not going to matter, because that's right in the middle, and that's going to get cut away. But the regular drill isn't fast enough, isn't whatever, and it's not going to properly cut the laminate. So to make the hole big enough to get this bearing through so that I can use the trim cutter around every one of these holes, I'm using this little boring bit that's going to cut right into the hole. These holes, again, here are just literally to just index where the cut need to happen. Then I'm going to do a plunge, hog it out a little bit, because it's still, as you can see, a little bit smaller than the bearing. I'll have to hog it out a little bit, just so the bearing will fit. But not so much that I hit the wood under there. I don't want to hit that wood and mess up the hole, because this will cut right into the wood as well, of course. We're going to put that bit on, swap out to the plunge, set the plunge depth, all that. And then do all these holes here. Then we gotta drill these holes here, so. Just for drilling those, I just got a piece of wood, a couple of pieces of scrap wood underneath, some spinach here. Okay. And I made a little makeshift hood prop here. There we go. All right, so just got a little bit here, I don't know. Try to see if I could just drill once and not use the boring bit on the router. Just cracked it right through, so I don't want that on the front here. I'm going to take every precaution against that. Alright, so before we finish the panel, I want to get this laminated so that I can use this trim bit once more before I swap it out for the boring bit and then back to the trim bit. That weld wood, it smells like shit. So I'm just going to get this as smooth as possible, junk off it. There's already a little coat here, so as soon as we put some more on, the solvent in here is going to go ahead and loosen that right up. Same with this. The one thing I'm going to do differently here this time around is I'm just going to clamp something flat to it so it stays flat, because I think because of the natural curve of this, it wants to pop up. As soon as it dries and stuff, it'll be fine, it'll be set forever, but I want to make sure I clamp it down the first time. So I still have one piece that I can't do, and that's the piece with the monitor. I want to get the monitor first, cut out the opening for the monitor, then laminate it after I've cut the opening. It'll just be easier. See, that's getting real tacky. That's nice. That's really nice. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and attach that. Let's put it on. Oh yeah, it's sticking real good now. So now what I also learned was not just using your hands. Hands work pretty good, but you really got to use something like this. And I've been using this edge here because it's non-marring. So this is a similar size piece here. I drilled a couple holes for these two. Alright, so there she blows. There she blows. Cocked it up a little right there, right there, right there, where the boring bit that I was using actually cut into the hole, which is exactly what I didn't want to do, which is why I made the hole. And right there, see on these two, that's really what bothers me the most, is that's where the joystick is now. The joystick doesn't have as much cover as the button. It does have this though, so it's going to sit like that normally and move around. So hopefully you won't see it. Buttons do have some overlap. They don't like sit in the hole. They sit over it. So that one piece, I was having trouble laminating. I should have listened to the gods. Gods didn't want me to laminate it. It's on the inside here. Now, this is laminated on the inside to keep the width consistent with this front piece, this middle piece, and all the rest of the pieces. So that the thickness, because I needed a little bit on the outside here, but the thickness needed to remain consistent. For some reason, I didn't have this piece properly labeled. I thought I was supposed to laminate it. I didn't write laminate on it, but yeah, okay. So, that's going to cause this front piece to stick out a little further than I want. So what we're doing here is we're going to route out, or maybe just use the table saw and notch this back, you know, quarter inch. We might do a quarter just to be safe. And I might actually router it, because you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, this front edge is exposed and I don't want to see a notch in there, so change router bit time. And yeah, we'll see you on the flip side.